So it's just been about a couple hours since my last video at Union Station, and normally I do videos outside. This one, I think the person's gonna be okay if I do the video like this. This kind of discreet location. I wanted to show you, the point of this video is, presently at the moment, there's no direct threats to my safety. I'm in a good place. I've been here before, it's familiar. All that is kind of clear, but I'm still dealing with like PTSD. I would call it that. I woke up from a dream, kind of like dizzy, like incredibly like on seasickness, almost like just swirling and dizzy, and like it's not okay, right? I missed a doctor's appointment yesterday because of homelessness and domestic violence, and trying to land out where I'm at right now, trying to be somewhere else to leapfrog into more flexibility and to give people who are caring and taking care of me a little bit of some freedom, and just they were going out of town too. I actually had to do it. But I kind of like transported into this nightmare, and I can't really describe it, although I can say that I had something very, very similar happen to me back in February when I was staying with my dad in that weird cabin I wasn't used to. And I had a dream I was at the Coors Field baseball stadium, and I woke up and it was that horrifying realization, I'm not in Denver, I'm with my dad, he's sleeping with a 7-year-old boy. The nightmare is more reality than being at Coors Field Stadium, where I had a very explicit memory association, and people there, like, I thought I was back in Denver and waking up West Virginia, not being there anymore. I am kind of contemplating maybe possibly going to North Carolina to see someone else, maybe. But it's just kind of like, what's best for Nathan? What's best for Nathan today is to have an apartment, somewhere to live, a safe, consistent place to go, a room to rent in Denver, Colorado. I have went through enough change. I love this place, this city. I want to be here. Was always and is always still what is best for Nathan is best for Nathan. My brother never understood that, never did get it. My mom, I think, understands that. My dad, absolutely, for a long time, did know that. That was, parents need to stay together, always. It just is. That's never happened since 1998, 97. But, like, this is just, it's rising to the surface of my heart. I've got to bring it up again. I want to refer back to a relationship I had. I do have a 1 hour and 33-minute documentary. It's on YouTube. I'm going to put the link in this post. I encourage you to watch it. There is some voice syncing. I'm going to try to fix it. I would encourage you to just watch it right now. The voice is in video. The phone is what it is. And it's like, I'm homeless. Have you created a documentary? Have you been homeless for over 500 days? Just try and deal with it. But I'm going to refer back to relationship. So this documentary is a lot about my relationship with relationships. And I'm explaining to you the, like, a million different, like, the people that help, characteristics of them, the people that don't help, the alarming characteristics of them. This relationship is not in the documentary, but I do want to talk about it. It was kind of like in this dream I had. So Betsy is the Director of Government Relations with American Heart Association of North Carolina. Why do I think this is coming up? Last night's decision by Steve McElroy, President of the West Virginia State Senate, to just absolutely abandon me when I absolutely probably needed his help more than any other time. Yeah. And she and I worked together, collaborated from 2010 to 2012. And I think that she did see in me face to face, a young professional, someone that was rising and had a lot of opportunity. She saw me go #1 in the country. We did some YouTube videos together. I might link that here too. And, it's just kind of like when we hadn't seen each other in a long time. She did, I think we kept in touch when I was in West Virginia, and she did overall when I was working with my dad. She was still supportive and believed in good things that were happening and would happen for me. And it was always a pleasant relationship. Well, when I become homeless, here is the thing that just really hurts. It hurts us both really bad. But it's like, this needs to be a lesson for the world or whatever. Betsy and when I became homeless, she was one that when the year before, almost exactly a year before I became homeless, I left an employer due to the employer calling people niggers. And Betsy was very kind and with me through that experience. And then when I became homeless a year later, the main messages I hear from Betsy are, number one, I'm not familiar with resources in Denver. I'm like, Betsy, you live at the coast, North Carolina. I never, ever anticipated you would be a leader, a thought leader on like the resources in Denver. I'm not coming to you for like local go-to information. I'm coming to you for like general support, general help. Who else do you know? Do you know anybody here? Like just anything that you can do to help save my life beyond telling me you're not familiar with resources in Denver. The other thing she told me, and it just breaks my heart, except I thought about this so much. I think about this all the time. She tells me she was raised Catholic. I think that's verbatim her words. And it just, what does that mean? What does that mean? It just, I need to know. I know that the Catholic organization in general, does things beyond the church, and there is a homeless day center here. That's how I get my mail. But just hearing that, I've heard from Betsy in a long time. It's just so frustrating because I'm not asking for someone to put a word in for me for my promotion or a connection to get me to the next step in my career. I'm actually likely to freeze to death. I almost died on a scooter this morning, and yesterday evening, if I stayed in that apartment, I would have been beat severely. And it's just like, I need help from anyone I can get it. If Donald Trump would help me, I would put a Donald Trump sticker on my car. But like, you guys just are not getting it. And like, what the last video, whichever one it is, could be the last. Like, I'll just be dead. My body will never be recovered. My family will. I mean, they already are going to have to live with. They let their son be homeless for over 500 days. That like publishing is in the future. Like that, all that track is going to happen. That's the track that I'm on. But it's just like, I'm looking at the people and the relationships that I've had. Betsy's a good friend of mine. It's someone that I want to keep maintained, but I just need her to understand I'm about to die. Like Carolyn Phelan, superintendent of McDowell County Schools, retired. But like, I'm not, I don't have that whole bridge of like, burning bridges or whatever. I was coming to Carolyn and being like, my dad's sleeping with a 7-year-old boy. She's talking about her 13-foot Christmas tree. 13-foot tall Christmas tree. It's just kind of like, we live in the same world, but we are two completely different ones because you've decided I'm so whatever. I survived my parents. Literally, I survived my parents. The divorce, which put me at a 22% higher disposition for going homeless. Being gay put me at a 48% disposition for being homeless. So the odds were stacked on top. Already, it was predetermined, and I knew on January 6th, I was likely to go homeless again, even though I would fight it. I did fight for over a year and a half. People just need to get on the same page with me. I expect you to. Here's the thing. Family leader, wiser. I expect you to. I don't think that you will. I think it will happen is I'll never turn 37. Even though I'm going to give it my hardest try, I don't know if I can actually make it. I've already beat the odds 508, 9 times in a row in a 24-hour cycle with like nothing all the time. Already across this country 4 times in all, 3 times with less than $15 in my pocket. With little hope and very great uncertainty what would happen when I got there. Now I'm dealing with PTSD. I'm trying to rest because you don't get sleep at the homeless shelter. I hope my phone doesn't get stolen while I'm closing my eyes. That's kind of like what you get. Nobody here is likely, on Facebook, you guys, you had to remember about a month ago, I already announced, I was like, I don't expect any of you guys to really, you have already pretty much determined I'm going to die and you're okay with it. That's pretty much the message I have. So like now would be a great time once again to help prove me wrong. Come on, boomers.